Hello and welcome to a special report with me, Julian Waters. On Sunday, thousands of people will get up early and head for the capital for one of the most demanding physical challenges known to man, the London Marathon. On tonight's programme, we follow the training of two amateur runners and chart the highs and lows of their preparations. And we'll hear from PAULA RADCLIFFE and Scott Overall as they step up their training for the Olympic event. Our very own Charlie Webster will be in the field on Sunday, and she's been following the story.
I'm running for Butters. He's got a brain tumour. He's in a battle for his life.
Running, there's no one else to blame apart from yourself.
It's just about the way the whole city comes alive with it.
It really is a day that London comes together.
Best thing you'll ever do in your life, I can assure you. Do it.
It's the ultimate endurance event. More than 26 miles of unrefined agony over a course which seems to go on forever. The marathon is an event which demands the most exacting of preparation, but it's also the chance for the weekend jogger to line up alongside the best in the world and achieve something truly worth telling the grandchildren about. It all started in ancient Greece back in 490 BC when a chap called Phidippides ran 26 miles carrying a vital message from the Battle of Marathon back to Athens. After completing his task and overcome with exhaustion, he promptly collapsed and died. But that didn't put off the world of athletics. Fast forward a couple of thousand years to 1981 when the London Marathon was born over a pint by two men in a West London pub. That first race saw 8,000 people line up. This year, more than 45,000 runners will cross the start line right here in Greenwich Park. PAULA RADCLIFFE is Britain's most successful long-distance runner. She has won 3 London marathons and set the current course and marathon world record back in 2003.
I grew up as a child watching it, and it was all about that Sunday morning in April, kind of watching everybody from the charity runners and the elite runners. So I've got early memories of seeing Ingrid Christensen set the world record there in 1985. It's just about the way the whole city comes alive with it, the vibrancy of it, the colour of it, the way you run past all of the London icons. So it's really hard to put into words just what it is about, but as I say to people, the best way to find out is take part.
One of the original goals was to show that humanity could come together to celebrate effectively life, and it really is a day that London comes together, and you have at least 500,000 people out watching the event, supporting it at different stages, and it's just stunning to be part of it. I don't think it's, I mean, it is an elite race. This is what's absolutely stunning. You are competing, inverted commas, against some of the best runners in the world, but actually it's a street party for London.
Whether for charity or simply a personal challenge, the marathon is primarily about ordinary people achieving the extraordinary. People like Anna Edwards. Aged 40, she is taking up the challenge for the very first time, juggling everyday life as a mum of 3 with the demanding training regime of the marathon.
Did you do PE?
No.
If you could speed up my day, it would be hysterical. The amount I fit in, what with ferrying children to school, doing work, walking dogs, mucking out stables. I mean, the list is endless, and I think everybody can come up with a reason not to do something because it's just human nature. But I think if it's something that you want to do and you organise yourself, you can find the time to do it. I'm running for the RSPCA. Nearly home. To be honest, I think I'm trying to prove them wrong as well and prove that Mummy has still got something inside of her that can run a marathon. So it'd be really, if I can get down that finish line, I'm going to feel so proud to be able to say I did it, I did it. How far do you reckon I'll run tonight?
10. What? 1 mile.
1 mile?
2 miles.
You've got to go a bit further than that.
She doesn't give herself any excuses not to train. She's even gone to the extreme of buying a second-hand treadmill, which she's installed in her kitchen.
So I've been known to be here plodding away at about 11:45 at night. Sometimes that's just when I get to finish doing all the jobs that I need to do. If somebody like myself that's a busy mum, has got children to run after, animals to run after, part-time job, and if I can find time to do it, then anybody can find time to do it.
Hi, my name is John Hibbs, and this will be my 3rd London Marathon.
Yeah!
My sister was diagnosed with a condition called lupus in 2008. So the challenge of a marathon and raising awareness of the condition and funds to support people with lupus is the driver, to do it.
John's sister Vicky was diagnosed with lupus 4 years ago. It's an incurable condition that attacks the body's immune system.
A lot of it is about my sister and getting to that finish line and seeing her. Many runs I've sort of been in tears just thinking about it, and that is the motivation that gets me through the pain that I suffer. But I know my sister is in pain every day from the condition that she suffers with, so it's worth it.
John faces his own physical battle. He suffers from arthritis in his knees, which has a huge impact on his training. Over
recent years I've had injections which have helped, so it's a case of just trying to put that behind me and move forward and run the marathons. I take it day by day with my knees. If I feel that I can go in a few extra miles, then I will. If I feel that I need to take another break, then I will. So it's just taking it day by day really in terms of my training. Just come back, get the ice packs on as soon as I can, and then just give it an hour. Just keep swapping the ice packs over and taking it from there. I often say it's sort of, I'd imagine it being like a nail being hammered through your knee. It's the joint is just very, very sore and painful.
Novice or elite, training remains key. We joined Team GB's Olympic marathon runner, Scott Overall, for a 5 AM breakfast.
Breakfast, tea, toast and a banana. In marathon preparation, I'm running about 120 miles a week, and that's, incorporating 3 sessions during the week. Sunday would be a long run between 20 and 24 miles, and then the rest of it's just broken up throughout the week with weights as well. On weights once a week, hurdle drills, stretching. The marathon distance is the longest Olympic distance, so you need to do the training. There's no hiding from the fact that you have to do the running, in order to be successful at the marathon. So, I'd hate the feeling of lining up on a marathon knowing that I haven't done all the training here, and especially in the marathon, you're going to be found out. So yeah, at the moment, the main motivation is obviously the Olympics. I've been selected there, so all my training now, if I'm in bed and I don't want to go out running, 12th of August will soon come around quickly, and that's when I'm supposed to be running the Olympic marathon, so don't want to have not done the training. I think the most important thing in training is the long runs. Your body has to experience what it's like to go sort of 20, 21, 22 miles in order to run 26. So I think if you haven't done the long runs, then you're going to get found out the last sort of 6 or so miles in the marathon, and I think it's important that people realise that and don't just try and wing it and turn up on the start line hoping to cover 26 miles if you haven't got anywhere close in training before.
It's every athlete's dream to run in the Olympics, and even more so in the home Olympics, and that's what keeps me motivated day in, day out to come and do the training. It does get lonely, but there is a great deal of satisfaction having done it, and you've done something, you've done it on your own, and I think if you can do it on your own, then when you have people to run with, it's a lot easier, and it just makes you mentally stronger. I tend to eat kind of healthy. I do have I quite do like a bit of chocolate, so. But running 120 miles a week, I soon burn it off.
Elite runners typically run on their toes, so typically the outside of the calf here will be a bit tighter than perhaps in your average runner because of the way that they're locking in through the foot there. Scott's putting a lot of miles in, over 100 miles a week. Things like the Achilles can get slight overuse injuries, and Scott's got a slight problem on his left one, which hasn't troubled him since before Christmas rather, but it's still something we want to keep an eye on. I think one of the big mistakes people make is they aren't a runner, they get an entry into the marathon, they just start on that marathon training program thinking that day one is actually day one of running. And so what happens is they build up these overuse injuries very, very quickly.
Injuries and injury management are clearly crucial factors in any assault on the marathon. With that in mind, our team engaged the services of a club runner, a sports scientist and a load of medical gear to investigate the effects of 26.2 miles on the body.
A marathon is not to be taken lightly. It's physiologically extremely stressful for the heart, for the cardiovascular system in total, for the muscles particularly, even for bones. And so actually over the course of a marathon what happens is you get real stresses.
We ran 7 different control tests on our guinea pig runner, Paolo De Luca, before he started out on the New Forest Marathon, including measuring his blood pressure, his heart rate and his body weight.
So that's it, just on. We'll just get a number. 75 dead. It's a kilo heavier than you thought you were. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So just relax a minute. Just relax. Good resting heart rate, 55. See, and hit it. Excellent. Basically what's happening already is that your body's getting ready to race.
3, 2, 1, go!
After the break, we find out how Paolo's body stands up to 26.2 miles. There are some top tips from PAULA RADCLIFFE on her race day routine. And John has to make an 11th hour trip to the doctors to find out if he'll even make it to the start line.
I'm here at the osteopath to get a final decision on whether I should run the marathon. I'm still having problems with my back.